Hi, friends. We are live right now. It's Friday, October 10th, just a little after 4 p.m. This is our weekly home buyer seminar, and we talk about all things going on in the real estate market. So, whether you're buying a home, you're upgrading your home, maybe even selling a home, you will eventually be a buyer yourself. So, my name is Patricia. I'm with the XP Realty, and today we are missing Bill Gross. He is normally on with us every week, and he has taken off a few days for Jewish holiday. So this week it's Sukkot, and we hope that he's getting some prayer in, rest, relaxation, and also having a good time with his family. And we have Shannon the lender.
How's it
So
going,
how are you,
guys?
Shannon?
I'm doing well. How are you doing, Patricia? You busy?
I'm doing great. Yes, I've
Nice.
been busy lately. Have a lot of activity going on. There's definitely more listings on the market as we've all been seeing lately. And what I wanted to just touch on this week are some of the things that I think buyers could really improve on. And I'm not sure if you've seen some of this happening because you are really you're a fact finder as a lender. You're digging for information, right, with
Yeah.
buyers to see what they qualify for.
Yeah.
And how is it that you are collecting that information? And also, what happens when they don't provide you all the information that you need, right? There could be some delays and maybe some missed opportunities.
Most definitely. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you've seen it, but have you experienced that with your buyers? I can share a little bit about my experience if you want. But yes, definitely. I have a lot of buyers that are kind of the half glass, half in, half out, meaning that they're
Mhm.
providing some documentation, some of the documentation for some reason they want to withhold, or they're not providing, or sometimes they do a half-fast. They provide me like screenshots. They don't give me actual PDFs. They try to screenshot on their phone, which, hey, I'll take as
What
of
is
right
it
now.
I'm sorry, let me interrupt you. What is that the buyers are screenshotting? When, like, what are you asking for that the buyers are screenshotting to you?
I mean, they pay stubs, screenshotting tax returns, screenshot. I've had someone screenshot every single page of their tax return and send it to me.
Wow.
Bank statements
That
as
must be a
well.
nightmare to try to get that uploaded to your portal for your underwriter to review, right? I'm sure that's a lot of fun.
Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, again, it's something that as a lender, I try to do my best to, get it, crop it, upload it as much as possible. But sometimes if your photo is just so bad that you can tell it's a screenshot, underwriters are not going to accept it. Because again, they're buying and selling these loans and they have to have it in an organized way. So, being tech savvy or maybe even going to the office is going to help you in the long run because, again, I'm pretty sure when you are looking and reviewing offers, someone that has just a simple thing as all their documents in a PDF, as opposed to having pictures of documents,
Mhm.
says a lot about the buyer. And you probably will critique that offer a lot more and scrutinize it a lot more. That's another thing. When things are not aligned, then the seller and the seller's agent probably is going to, scrutinize that offer a lot more than if you just provided PDFs.
Right.
So, that's something that I'm worried. And then also too, some people, they want to start shopping for homes without even getting a credit check, which again, I get it. You don't want your credit to be checked, but again, you're going to have to go all in because another buyer who's willing to get their credit checked. And another thing, you can't have a full DU approval. That's a desktop underwriter approval without a credit check. So if you want to stand out, you have to commit. You really have to commit to buying, especially if it's something that's in a competitive area. And maybe you can talk about this. I mean, does this matter? You think does it matter? Because for me on the lending side, that's one thing, but when you're putting an offer in for a buyer and representing them, do these things matter? Does having screenshots, does it matter or not? Having credit checks, does that matter in the grand scheme of things? Maybe you can speak on that. Did we lose you, Patricia? Let's see. Did we lose her? Well, while she's coming back, another thing, if you're looking to buy, this is something that you got to really commit yourself because in this market where rates are going down just a little bit, being in a competitive market, you have to have your ducks in a row. That means that you got to have a proof of funds, an actual PDF proof of funds that just show the sellers you can close. That's one. You have to get a credit check. The sellers have to know, can this person qualify, and will there be any problems with the loan? That's number two. Number three, making sure you submit everything to your underwriter, because another competitive advantage you can have of a first-time home buyer is being able to close fast. Because think about it, sellers, they want to close fast. And
Right.
how can you close fast? When an agent calls me and tells me, Shannon, can I go less than 30 days? Can I go 30 days or less? It's really going to determine, or, it's going to dictate my closing times by how fast you can give me your documents in a PDF. And do I already have everything? If I'm still scrambling to get a few things from you as a buyer, I'm going to tell that agent I'm not confident in closing in less than 30 days.
Sure.
I can't, I don't feel confident doing it. So, and that's can be another advantage. Let's say you guys have the same price point, someone's offering, let's say 800,000 and you're offering 800,000, but you can close faster. Sometimes that could be the difference.
Right.
So, Patricia, I don't know, you want to speak on that on the agent side in terms of representing buyers? Doesn't maybe, because maybe on the lending side it matters, but maybe on the buyer side, I don't know. Does it matter when you're submitting an offer and you're trying to get this person the house over everyone else? Or in what have you experienced?
Yeah, I apologize for that. I lost audio for a second there. My internet was being faulty, but yeah. So when you're writing an offer as an agent, so I've worked on the listing side and the buyer representation side. So as a listing agent, one of the things that really makes an offer stand out is the organization of the offer, and if the offer looks clean, if it's well written and well put together, and the entire package, meaning going back to the screenshots that we were just talking about. So if we have screenshots for a bank statement, for supporting documentation, that's not really giving us that full assurance, because we don't know where that screenshot came from. It's different when you have a PDF file and it's all 3 or 4 pages of the actual bank statement. Then we can look at all of the information in full and really make a well-informed decision and help the sellers see, okay, this is what the buyer is presenting to us. All the pages are here. We have all the information available. And when we don't have that information available, it kind of makes us wonder, what is the rest of the transaction going to be like if the buyer can't even get the full bank statement to us, right? Which is not hard to do. You either download it or you print it. It's very simple. So I've been on both sides. I've also worked with buyers where for some reason they take a week to get a bank statement over to me. And in the meantime, the listing agent I'm talking to, their response is, we can't accept a screenshot. You've sent us an offer. Thank you so much. Let us know when you have the full bank statement. And this just happened to me last week. So this is real life, straight
And can
from.
you go into that? What happened last week? And I
Yeah.
think it's an interesting story.
So I wrote an offer for a client that had been looking at a parcel of land and here in Cerritos. And I did the market analysis on it. I said it's priced well. It's probably going to go into escrow really soon. So we need to act quickly if you're truly interested in buying this land. Now, the buyer, their thought was, the price is probably going to go down. It's probably going to not sell quickly. So while he's waiting, there's an offer that gets accepted and it goes into escrow. So I called the buyer and I said, did you see that it went into escrow? It's pending now. So if you see another parcel of land, we need to act on it quickly. Now, I stayed in touch with the listing agent because that's also very important. Whether, whatever side you're working on, if you're a realtor working with a buyer or you're representing a seller, you want to stay in touch with the agents that have showed interest in the properties. So I called the agent and I said, we have a backup offer I'm going to send to you. Let me know if the other buyer cancels. So the other buyer did cancel. And so now she's calling me, asking me, are you guys ready? Are you going to make any changes to your offer? So now I go back to my client to make sure that they're ready to pull the trigger and that they're prepared to wire in the earnest money deposit, because that's due within 3 business days of opening the escrow. So the buyer is now thinking about it. Well, I don't know. I mean, it fell off escrow. Maybe the price is going to change. Maybe it's going to go down. What do you think? I said, no, it's not going to go down. It's well priced. There's another buyer that's going to pick it up if you don't. Well, let me think about it. Okay. So guess what? Now, by this time, we needed a new bank statement because now we're in October. So we need last month's, September's bank statement. I finally get the bank statement, send over the offer yesterday, and the agent calls me and says, you know, you were late last time, you were late this time, we just accepted an offer. So here we are again in backup position. So these are just things that you would, as a buyer, want to make sure that you're ready. If you're out looking at property and it's the weekend, you want to make sure your loan approval is updated, you have your latest bank statement ready, because you may see a property that you fall in love with and then think, I want to make an offer on this today. But by the time you get home and you talk to your agent and the lender, you get everything together, you need to have all those documents ready to go, because you could miss an opportunity if you don't. And this may be a home that you think is your forever home, right? So wouldn't you want to be prepared? So so you don't want to experience those missed opportunities, all because of delays, things that you can control, that you can have your documentation ready. It's something that's easily attainable, but for some reason, I think buyers are also waiting to see if prices are going to drop a little bit more. And in the meantime, there's 2 or 3 other offers coming in right behind that waiting period.
Yeah. So I guess to recap, some free things you as a buyer can do to make sure that you are in the best position to win that dream house, like Patricia said, that you're going to be in forever, or maybe just a few years, but that dream house that you like. And these things don't cost you money. Is send your lender everything he needs up front in PDF or in a good quality, right? That's number one. Number two, be ready for a credit check and have a full credit check, because what you won't do, another buyer will do. So if you're ready for your credit check and you can get a DU approval and you have everything up front before you even look at properties, so that way by the time Patricia is ready to submit that offer, you guys have everything, your ducks are in a row, you guys can submit that offer literally within hours of seeing that house. And that's something that you could definitely, that will give you a leg up from everyone else. Not to mention, if you get your lender everything up front, he can probably be confident to say, we can close this a little sooner. And again, it puts you in even a better position to where, hey, when you submit this offer, not only, you have your offer ready, but you have your bank statement, like you said, that's recent, it's fresh. You can see all the pages. You have your credit report ready with the DU approval. Because a lot of times if you're FHA, that's already not a ding, against you. But again, some people, they look at FHA a little differently. But if you have a DU approval and a full credit report and a proof of funds, and the lender saying, hey, we can close early, you're ready, that can put you in a very, very good position to win that offer. And again, these are things that don't even cost you money to do. Very simple things to get you prepared. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
I love that. So, and talking about a DU approval, when you're processing the loan approval, now you have it, how long does it take to get the DU approval? Is it something that you run automatically?
Yeah, now we can run it automatically through our system. So as soon as I have the credit, I can run DU and it'll give me an approved eligible or ineligible. We'll know right then and there. But yeah, it's an instant system. It goes through their internal system, Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae's internal system, and it'll spit out an approval or ineligible or defer, and then you have to see where you go from there. But it's just that real stamp of approval. And what it pretty much does is it's from Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, And it just says, look, if everything that you've put in this application is correct, then here's our results. We shouldn't have any issues approving it. Not to say that, hey, this is a guarantee, because the bank still has to review it themselves, but you having a DU approval really, really makes you look good, not only in front of a potential seller that's looking to accept your offer, but also to the underwriter. Once an underwriter sees an approved eligible, they pretty much go based on that, that report. So,
Right.
yeah.
So I think that's all good information. And if anybody is looking to get into a home or get started, a lot of people are thinking, well, maybe the market's going to start slowing down. We're kind of at the end of the year now. What are prices going to do? But prices have been pretty steady. Unless homes were overpriced to begin with, then I've definitely seen some price reductions in certain areas. But I wanted to just show right now what the interest rates are looking like. So not a huge change. So we're looking here, interest rates are just over 6%.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see they haven't changed drastically within the last, couple of months. You can see they've been in the lower sixes. Here on just last month, September 17th, they were at 6.22%. And today they're at 6.38. So not a big change. As far as any interest rate reduction, there could possibly be another reduction this year, but we're still waiting to see if that's going to happen.
Yeah. So, I mean, if there's an interest rate reduction, that's more buyers, that's more competition. So the time is now. I would say for any buyer out there looking to buy, you got to commit 100%, especially starting now, because I think I'm seeing more buyers come out and that's more competition. So really commit to it. Talk to a loan officer, talk to your spouse if you are going to buy with a spouse, and really commit to it. Or if you're going to wait, which I don't suggest, then just wait at that point. But you can be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. That's a way to get railroaded.
Right.
For sure.
So
For sure.
if you're same thing, if you are thinking of maybe selling your home and you're going to be a buyer, you're going to be in this position. So make sure you have your documents ready. Get all your documents over to the lender. If you want to know just an estimate on what you could qualify for, reach out to Shannon. He's happy to help you and just give you some information. A quick call over the phone doesn't take very long. So if anybody wants to get a hold of you, Shannon, what is a good way to reach you?
Yeah, you can reach me my cell 661-317-8484 or my Instagram FUND with Shannon.
Okay, awesome. And I am Patricia Castillo, your local real estate agent. My phone number is 323-365-9909. Or you can catch me on Instagram at Patricia Castillo Sales LA. And thank you all for watching, for listening. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments and we will circle back and check our social media feeds and get to any comments, answer all questions, and get back to you guys as soon as possible. Thank you, Shannon, for joining me today. And sorry for my little internet misinterruption there, but
no worries. Roll with the punches.
I hope you have a good weekend and I'll see you guys soon.
You as well. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.